Are you spending far too much time creating lots of brand new content when what you would really benefit from is taking content you already have and getting that in front of more people? In this video, I'm going to show you how to repurpose, reuse, recycle, refresh and update fab content that you have already got so you can get more traffic and in front of more of your potential clients. So first things first, what content do you even start to think about repurposing, reusing, recycling and updating? The best thing to do is look at the content that is performing well for you already. So it could be if your big piece of content that you create is a blog, then you check out your Google Analytics and see which blog is performing well. Now obviously, if your big piece of content that you create is a podcast or a YouTube video, then obviously check the results for each of them. So let's begin then with this one big main key piece of content. So as I've mentioned, it could be a podcast, it could be a video, or it could be a blog. Now let's start with your blog. So there it is, sitting on your website. What on earth can you do with it? Well, what you can do is take the content of your blog and turn it into a video. Now, if you think about it, your blog is already your written script for you. So there you go, turn your blog into a video and you can upload that onto YouTube and share on other social media platforms. But what if your big piece of content is a podcast or your video? There's great software out there that can help you to get the transcript from your video or your audio content. Now what I use is software called rev.com where you can upload your podcast or your video, and what happens is the company transcribes and you will get a document back with all that copy and text there for you. So what can you then do then if you've got the words from your blog, the script, the outline for your video and the transcription of your podcast? Well, you can take parts of this and turn it into social media posts. So whether that's your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram or your Pinterest, there is content within that big piece of content that you can easily repurpose, reuse and recycle across other social media platforms. Now let's not forget that people do like to listen to content as well. So if you have a podcast, that's already audio. If you have a YouTube video or a video, then what you can do is just use the audio part of that file and add it potentially to your blog, to your website for people to be able to listen to it. And the same goes for your blog. So put the kettle on, grab a cup of tea and record you reading your own blog. What you can then do is add that audio onto your website so it gives the visitor a choice. If they want to read the blog, they can. If they want to listen to the blog, they can. But also, if you have turned it into a YouTube video, you can share the link so they can go off and watch the video as well. So if you've got yourself an email list, now I'm sure there are times that you are thinking, what on earth am I going to share with my list in my up and coming emails? Again, using this one big piece of content, my goodness, there are lots and lots of ideas. So the first idea is that you can actually just share that big piece of content with them. So you can either introduce the big piece of content and include a link in your email to them that lets them then go off and watch, listen, whatever your big piece of content. Or what you can then do is, if you've already transcribed it, you can then actually use that as the content of your email. But we're not done there with repurposing, recycling and repurposing your big pieces of content. What you can do is create an email series out of the fabulous content that you have already created. What if you want to take your words and your video and turn it into something that's more of a graphic, that's something that's a bit more creative? You can turn your content into an infographic. And you know what? The fab people at canva.com already have a vast selection of templates that you can use and update so you can incorporate your own brand colours and any images that you might want to make it look like yours. So pop over to canva.com, check out the free templates for infographics and get creative. So once your blog is on your website, does it have to just stay there? Absolutely not. You can share the content from your blog on other platforms as well. So perhaps if you are on LinkedIn, what you can do is a week after you've uploaded your blog onto your website, give Google a chance to get to be familiar with it, you can then repost that as an article on LinkedIn. Now you can also share your blog on other platforms such as Medium. You can then upload it to Pinterest, you can add it to Quora and lots of other sites as well. Think about where your audience is going to be looking for the fab type of content that you share, but also think about where would they expect to find your content. What if your audience loves to work through a workbook? And what if you've got a big piece of content that would actually be fabulous for your audience as a workbook? So that's what you can do. Take your blogs, your podcasts, your videos, all your fab content and repackage it as a workbook for your audience. Now you can actually monetize this. So what you could even do is package up the content and your workbooks and offer it as a self-study mini course. Or you could even look at creating your blogs as a workbook and offering that as a lead magnet. Now, what if you're really super duper busy and you don't have time to do this whole recycle, refresh, repurpose thing in your business? That's okay, because what you can do is look at previous content, especially around your blogs, and update them. You know, things are always changing. No matter what industry you're in, there's always updates. You could even refresh them by just giving them a read through, reformat, adding new images to them, other backlinks to other blogs or articles that are useful to the reader, just to make it a bit more of a substantial piece of content for you as well. So it's not always a case of taking a big piece of content, breaking it down, turning it into something else. Sometimes just a little bit of a polish and a shine and a little bit of an update is all that your content will need. What if you have a group of blogs all around a similar theme or a topic? What you can do is to take them and turn them into one ebook. So all that fabulous information is in one place for your audience. You can then offer that as a lead magnet, or what you can do is just offer it to your audience as a nice gift from yourself. Ungated content is sometimes the way to go. So hopefully this video has given you some ideas on how you can take one large piece of content and reuse and repurpose and recycle and update and refresh it so that you can get more eyeballs on it, get your content in front of more people, potential leads and clients for your business. So what I suggest that you do is you create a checklist, your little action list of all the things that you can do and are going to do with your one big piece of content. The benefit of that is the next time you create your one big piece of content, whether it's a video, your podcast, a blog, whatever it might be, you then have an action list. Do you have to do it all by yourself? Absolutely not. There are lots of people out there that can help you. So you can, outsource this to a virtual assistant if you want to, because as business owners, we're busy. We're busy people. So hopefully some food for thought. If you are going to use one or many of these ideas, I would love to hear what you're going to use. So leave your comments below. But also, if there's anything I've missed, I'd love to know your repurposing, recycling, updating ideas. And again, pop them in the comments below. If you've got any questions or comments on today's video, then please feel free to pop them below. And also, if you haven't already, then please subscribe to my video. Now, what happens is with every new subscriber, I celebrate with a cup of tea. I love tea, what can I say? So if you'd like me to have another cup of tea today, then please go on, hit that subscribe button now. See you next time.